And we have some of our agencies here, not all of them, but there are some. But before we get into that, I want to call on our distinguished uh, member, Johnny Rice, to welcome all of you on behalf of the Board of Directors. Sister Rice.
I don't know about distinguished. I just know I'm old. And I've been around a long time and been a part of the United Black Fund for many, many years. And my colleagues on the board are here. We welcome you. We welcome your participation in the United Black Fund and our programs, and we want you to be successful. We have come this far by faith and the help of Calvin and Wilhelmina and people back in the day when I was young, like some of you, that snatched me off and said, you're going to be part of this United Black Fund. And it's a labor of love. We get no money, y'all. No money. Y'all get the money. We don't get the money. So you need to understand we are here hustling to make sure that your programs work and to make sure that they stay in place once you get in place. And that's the important thing about the United Black Fund and our history. We don't let our agencies fail. We do everything we can to keep you afloat and keep you positive and keep you moving forward, because the purpose of us is to make sure that you do what you need to do to bring on others so that they can do what they do, or our race is not going to survive. So that's the purpose of the United Black Fund, and we're glad to have you. We wish you a good Christmas. Hope you all had a good Thanksgiving, and I know you ate well because I helped feed you this morning. So all I can tell you is it's just a pleasure to welcome you here this morning as an executive board member and longtime member of the United Black Fund. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rice. We appreciate your comments, and now we're going to call on all of our program first responders. You are the people who are at the point where the contact is made with people who need help. And it doesn't matter whether it's physical or psychological. Most of you are involved in it one way or the other. And we certainly want to continue to encourage you. We know that we all have something in common. The first thing is that we don't have enough money. If we had more money, it is unbelievable about what we could do. And I want to commend you because you are believable, but yet you accomplish the unbelievable. And so we know without question what you're faced with. I used to sit many years where you sat. And I know how hard it is getting money, getting people to cooperate for their own good. And so we're fully aware of what you go through. But somehow or another, with all of these things in front of you, somehow or another, you get the job done. And that is what you are to be commended for. I see another board member, Mr. Perry Queen, one of our outstanding board members, has just arrived. We're happy to see you, Mr. Queen. Yeah. So, I think that the way we will do this, we don't have any formal order, call off. What we want to do is to start with the agencies on this side of the table, and then when they conclude, we'll do the agencies on this side of the table. And I want you to know that even though you are number 2, you're just as important as these folks are number 1. So don't feel slighted by any stretch of the imagination. So let's start right here and go right down the line here.
Pardon me, excuse me. Would you mind standing?
Standing because they're gonna shoot you. I mean,
Oh, please.
With the camera, not the gun.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rachel Morrison, and I am the Executive Director for Efforts. And Efforts stands for Employment for Former Offenders Receiving Treatment Services. We used to be on Rhode Island Avenue, but now we've moved to 1612 7th Street Northwest. And we want to think that we're doing a great job working with the ex-offenders and substance abusers and their children and the entire family. So thank you, and thank you, United Black Fund, for inviting Efforts to this Christmas brunch. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Jackie Carter with Anna's Gold Children's Theater. I want to thank Barry Lenore and the United Black Fund. I'm just going to talk a little bit about Mr. Lenore. When I met him, maybe, 7, 8 years ago, maybe, Mr. Lenore, and wasn't a strong connection, but I came back to him later on because I was producing Lorraine Hansberry's Raisins in the Sun, and we were in need of some support. And without any hesitation, he dived right in and has been supporting me and encouraging me all the way through. So I want to thank you, Mr. Lenore, because there was a couple of times where I felt like, oh no, I think this might be the last show we produce. But since then, my first meeting with Mr. Lenore, we've gone on to produce a lot of great plays working with the young people in the community. So thank you very much. And if there's anything I can ever do to give back to the United Black Fund, please do not hesitate to contact me or my board. Thank you so much.
Good morning. My name is Keith Tate. I'm Executive Director of Diamonds Excel. Mr. Lenore, I talk loud and I speak soft, so forgive me.
That is not a speaking mic. That's only for the camera. And for the, so if you can speak louder.
Okay, I'll try to speak louder. I would like to thank all of you all for being in attendance. Mr. Lenore, thank you. We finally have finished a project I'm very proud of. If you excuse me for 1 second. You got that. Diamonds Excel has now reached publication status, where Mr. Lenore saw that this idea was something I wanted to do just in Southeast. What basically it is a showcase of DC, Maryland, and Virginia's best students' accomplishments. Mr. Lenore saw that the idea that I had initially was to showcase my mother. And my mother is highlighted in here also. She was a Army instructor, and she pretty much was my inspiration for doing this. She was my best friend, she was my mentor, and I really missed her. And when Mr. Lenore saw what I was doing, he said, you cannot do this just in Southeast. You have to do this citywide. And because of your efforts and you believe in me, Mr. Lenore, I thank you, and I will always be indebted to the United Black Fund.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. My name is Wanda Akins. I'm the Executive Director of Ward 7 Arts Collaborative. I am really very, very pleased to be here in such a distinguished group of African Americans who have stewardship over their culture. So let's give ourselves a hand. Even though I'm a new kid on the block, Ward 7 Arts has been around for over 20 years. Just like you, we've been struggling every day to make sure that we hold on to what promised land that we have. I hope that everyone would come over at some point and get one of our flyers to help us to continue our legacy.